Good morning. Let's look one more time at fasting. Matthew 6:17-18. Remember, you're not going to fast like the hypocrites who are making themselves look all bad so that people see and their attention is drawn to them, and now they have opportunity to talk about their deep spiritual disciplines instead. Verse 17, but when you fast, anoint your head and wash your face. In other words, clean yourself up. Don't look the part. Don't look the part. Don't draw attention to yourself. That your fasting may not be seen by others, but by your Father who is in the crypt, in the kryptos, in the secret. And your Father who sees in secret will reward you. Remember, it's an audience of one. Now, I want to take this morning to just super quick think about fasting. Fasting is a big subject in the Bible, but what are some reasons for fasting? Well, in Joel 1, and you can look up these passages. I don't have time to read them or go over them in a quick thought for the day, but I just want to give you a sketch of fasting. You might consider Joel 1:13 through 15 or Joel 2:12. We see here that fasting is connected to penitence or repentance. A heart that is repentant. Fasting is a demonstration of how deep, how authentic, how sacrificial that repentance is. In 2 Chronicles 20, verse 3, Esther 4:16, and Psalm 109, 22 through 25, fasting is connected to prayer. You want something so much, you're seeking God for it. You're praying and you're depriving yourself of it because you're seeking God. Fasting and personal discipline, right? Paul beats his body. He brings it into submission, right? Brings it into submission. We live in a culture where we are always consuming, always consuming, always consuming. I think fasting has a role, even when it relates just to personal discipline. And here's one that might surprise you a little bit, but fasting and provision. Isaiah 58 talks about you fast so that you take from what you have and you give it to others. So you're not taking those resources, you're depriving yourself of those resources, and then you're turning them around and you're giving them to people who are not as fortunate or blessed in that area as you might be. And so you're providing for the poor as you fast. These are great reasons to fast. Not the only, but four really great reasons, right? Penitence, repentance. That you fast for prayer in conjunction with prayer because you're seeking God for something. A personal discipline because you're just using that as a microcosm of a macrocosm. You're the microcosm of discipline for the macrocosm of a disciplined life. And fasting and provision that you are genuinely going to take and offer what you don't consume to somebody else so they can have it. Fast, but don't do it as a badge of external righteousness. Do it before the Lord in honor of Him, and He'll be glorified. And that's the point of fasting. Take care.